DoorDash people, your boy C-Moto back at it with another video today. This one's kind of striking to me. You see by the thumbnail what I'm talking about, like it's a little crazy. So I'd like to assume, and for the people that don't know, I'd like to assume that everybody is smart enough to know and realize, and whether you've ordered from DoorDash or not, as a DoorDash customer, driver, or just a regular customer, you have to know, you have to be smart enough to know that items are, of course, being overcharged in a sense. Now, whether that money's going to DoorDash, is that money going to the restaurant? I'd like to assume the money's going to DoorDash. Just not sure, just because of the upcharge in the items. Then you have these service fees from DoorDash. So I can assume, okay, the service fees are going to DoorDash, but the upcharge in the items, that part, is that also DoorDash? Is that the restaurant? Either way, it doesn't matter. Just know that you are being charged because it's face front. It's right in front of you, as you can see when you are going to place that order. A $6 combo now turns into $9, and that's just for the meal. Then you have some kind of little fee here, and then you have a delivery fee there if it's not free. So that $6 then turns into easily $10 at the very minimum. So that's just basic. You just have to know that. Obviously, DoorDash has to make money for their company to make profits, and they also have to make money, and probably the money from those profits to then pay us drivers. Either way, the math doesn't ever add up, but nonetheless, whatever. What I'm scared, well, not say scared, and not me personally, like whatever. I've seen that some companies have, gig companies as far as delivery goes, they have requested that you don't include the receipt in the bag. Maybe this is nothing new or whatever it is. I've heard about it. I've seen videos on it that they're saying don't include the receipts in bags for certain types of orders or whatever. I was like, wow. And not even thinking about it until I get one today. I just had an order at a store that I had to do some shopping for. Not trying to put any details or anything out there, because it will come back and bite you. You do not have the freedom of speech on here like that to be pointing out specifics, the details. So be very cautious and be very smart. That's how we've gotten a few content creators that are drivers, their accounts deactivated or whatever it is. When we have freedom of speech up until a certain point, and even though you have that freedom of speech 100%, you have to be aware of the repercussions that will come to you, or consequences behind that freedom of speech, which is something that they can do. So you just have to be very careful not to go into details. What I'm saying is it's public. You sent it to me. I mean, it came to me, but it's a thing out there. It's videos out there already on this or whatever it is. And obviously you're not hiding it because you're telling me don't put the receipt. So what's bothering for me is, and as a driver, we all are having a rough time making the money, generally speaking, with DoorDash. We're all supposed to know, we all know that they overcharge for the items. There's all these fees, blah, 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 blah. Knowing that, to get an order, and this is my first order that I've ever gotten that was like this in my 5 years of driving. I don't know if this is a new thing with DoorDash, but to actually get an order, and it's just a shop and deliver order, and to get a notification after checking out that do not, and I repeat, do not include the receipt, the customer gets a digital copy. So, of course, I'm not the smartest man in the world, but I'm pretty smart. What I'm not understanding, and this is, remember, we should know that we're already being overcharged because we actually see it when we check out. We're seeing the cost of the things as we're paying for them. Remember that. When you tell me do not include the receipt, what exactly are you guys doing on DoorDash's end? What are you guys doing? You're telling me as a driver that do not include the receipt, the customer is going to get a digital copy. Okay, so what? if they get a digital copy, then they have 2 receipts. Granted, I didn't include the receipt. The receipt's right here, or whatever it is, and I'm going to toss it away. I'm not trying to go against it to prove anything to nobody, like giving them the receipt, like to a customer, like mess around and lose my DoorDash account, get deactivated. But I'm just saying, what is it that's being done? Because mind you, again, we already know the charges that are upcharged for everything. We know the fees, it's all up front. What is it that's being hidden that you're telling me not to include the receipt? What difference does it matter on your end as DoorDash whether a receipt was included or not? It wasn't your paper that came out of their machine. It's not waste from your company when they print the receipt out. If anything, you're wasting the receipt of the merchant that I shopped from, telling them not to include the receipt. Granted, we all throw receipts away, but that's not the point. The point is, you're telling me not to include that receipt because the customer got a digital copy. And if they got a digital copy, shouldn't it be the same as the receipt? Shouldn't it be? I guess that's just where it's a little confusing on that note. It's a little weird to me. Mind you, I work for DoorDash. I'm here to make money. I go pull these orders. I go pick up orders and deliver them. I have generally nothing against DoorDash, but there are some practices that are just kind of like, ooh, question marks, because what would be on your receipt that's not on this one that the merchant gave me? So what kind of shenanigans is going on at this point, or whatever it is? Again, just trying to understand it. I really don't. And this stems and goes back to now to the drivers. Now you understand why customers sometimes they don't tip. You understand why some customers stop ordering DoorDash or these gig companies as a whole, period. Because of things like this. They're already fed up that they're having to pay the upcharge. And it's not a luxury service. This is out here. This is what it's going to be. There's no longer luxury. Everybody offers this service now. It's not very small, specific amount of merchants out there that it's a luxury service. It's here to stay, or whatever it is. So the customers have agreed to pay the stuff, or whatever it is, fine. But what exactly is being hidden that I can't include that receipt? Like, what extras are you guys doing that you don't want the customer to know? And again, like I said, you wonder why customers stop using DoorDash or some of these other gig apps, or they just don't tip. It's because all these excessive fees or whatever. I heard some horrible things with Instacart or whatever it is. They have all these fees and this and that they are unaware of, or hidden charges or something like that. And I don't see how they would be hidden, because it'd be right in front of you when you go to pay for it, or whatever it is. Assuming that's how that goes with shop and deliver. I've personally never done an actual personal shop and deliver. Like, I've never placed a shop and deliver order for Dasher to go and pull the order for me. So I don't know what's being seen, but I can only assume that they're paying a certain amount. Or maybe is it just the authorized amount? I don't know. Are they just authorizing a amount on your card depending on what the prices of the items are in the store? Is your estimation that it's a $25 and they authorize $50 and you're unaware of what the final charge is going to be? That's the only thing that makes sense to me, that why you may not include that receipt. But even then, why not? Why not? You're still going to charge whatever you're going to charge. Now, what would be the difference on that receipt, and why would there be a difference on that receipt, or whatever it is? And if there is any differences, it would generally be, okay, well, these are the costs of your items, and here's the cost of the services that we're charging you to then go and have a Dasher go pull that order for you. So I'm just like, everything should be very transparent. And when you start doing stuff like this, now it makes me wonder, this one order that I got makes me not want to ever place a shop and deliver order, because what exactly are you hiding that you're not letting the driver include the receipt? You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense, especially if it's upfront pricing that you're paying upfront about. If it was $28.14 that I paid when I placed the order, that receipt should show obviously less than, or whatever it is. So if I get a receipt and it should show less than, like I said, than whatever my total charges are, or whatever it is, it shouldn't be way more than what the receipt should show. So I'm just not understanding that. And if people have clarification on this matter, then please tap in and leave a comment down below. But I just feel like it's a little suspect and it's a little weird when you're telling them not to include the receipt, because it's like, why not? What were you charging that customer that you don't want them to see that receipt? So now just that one order is keeping me from ever doing a shop and deliver order, and I barely do any DoorDash orders as it is, just because all the fees, and I have multiple vehicles that I can get up and go get my own stuff. I'm not that lazy, but you have people that don't have vehicles, people that are drunk, people that are old, that can't drive. Like, there's a certain amount of people, and then you just have people that just, they have the money, they want to pay for it, cool, go for what you know. So this is just something that I wanted to bring to you guys' attention. And like I said, if you guys can chime in and let me know what exactly it is that's going on here, if you do know about it. If you've placed a shop and deliver order, what exactly is it that you're seeing on your end? What exactly are you paying for them to not want you to include the receipt? Because that's just really weird to me. The customer should have a right to have their receipt that gets printed out at the store or whatever it is. It's like any other store, you personally go and shop and they don't include a receipt, so now you can't go back and see what you were charged for things. So it's just kind of weird, the world we live in. That's how it works. You get a receipt for things that you paid for or whatever it is. For some reason, they don't do that with food. I'm just curious what's happening with the shop and deliver orders, that they do that with certain shop and deliver orders. I've been doing shop and deliver orders for I don't know how long, and this is the first time that I've been told not to leave a receipt. I know it's not from the customer. The customer is not telling DoorDash to tell the driver not to put the receipt in the bag, so I don't know. No, that's definitely not the case. So it's just a little weird to me. So with that said, people, please chime in. All you shop and deliver order placers, let me know exactly what it is that you guys see or whatever it is. This makes no difference one way or another. I'm going to keep on dashing. I'm going to keep on doing these orders. And if I have to keep removing these receipts, I'm going to keep removing these receipts. I just thought it was a little bit suspect and a little weird that you cannot include the receipt. So it's just like, be upfront, because then that's when you start losing customers, because they're like, why can't I get a receipt? Why can't I see what I'm being charged for? So what exactly are you charging me? Never know, but I will leave it at that. I'm going to continue on dashing. I've got to a busy hotspot area of my market, so I will continue to talk to you guys later. It's your boy C-Moto. Always, peace out.